Hands up.
Enjoying yourself, pal?
Oh yeah, you're a comedian.
Nice warm welcome.
They're both clean.
In 2011, Uncharted 3: Drake's Deception released. Though it wasn't as revolutionary as Uncharted 2 Among Thieves in terms of gameplay or visuals, it was still one of the best third-person shooters and action titles ever made. At this point, Naughty Dog had pretty much capped out the utilization of the PS3 hardware, optimizing its engine to extract 100% of the console's power. It makes for an interesting comparison in that light with the PS4 remaster. The focus this time around was on improving the action on screen, the material-based rendering in the dynamic sand, fire, and water effects perfectly exemplified in the game's breathtaking ship level, while also incorporating more realistic animations and textures. On a more subjective note, the hair shaders have been completely revamped, and we honestly appreciated the original look better. Again, this is a purely subjective opinion and doesn't affect the visual quality at all.
Think of what it is when God himself puts his arms around you and says, welcome home.
When comparing the original PS3 game to the PS4 remaster, we notice subtle changes like the addition of DOF in different places, which is appreciated. Skin scales look crisper, blood has that extra bit of fluidity, and the anisotropic filtering is better than the original. Some aspects like the dirt on Sully's face look cleaner and boast that extra bit of detail. When observing some of the walls in the original, they didn't have very crisp looking cracks, while the remaster actually has water seeping out of said cracks. It's little touches like this which add to the overall experience. Details in the distance have been improved, and the 1080p resolution goes a long way towards reducing compression artifacts, thus making nearby objects look crisper and cleaner. The 60 FPS frame rate makes watching the game, especially during the desert section, an absolute treat. And we appreciated how the enhanced fire effects make the escape sequences look better. It should be noted that a custom anti-aliasing solution is in place across all three remasters, and hence takes care of per-pixel aliasing. Shadow dithering is an issue in some places, despite the implementation of ambient occlusion. AFX8 is also present and does a great deal of justice to all the texture detail. Though Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception is perhaps the best example of the PS3 being pushed to its absolute limit, the remastered version manages to look even better. As a whole, Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection features 3 classic titles which have been improved to look better than ever while implementing a solid 60 FPS frame rate and 1080p resolution. Even if you've experienced all of these games several times over, the Nathan Drake Collection is a great incentive to go back and relive the magic once again. We'll leave you with more comparison clips in the meantime, and if you like what we're doing, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.
Think of what it is when God himself puts his arms around you and says, welcome home.
Hello, Victor.
Kate?
Still wallowing in the gutter with your protege, I see. Not very dignified for a man of your age.
I should have known you'd be behind this.
What happens when life breaks down? When there is systemic contradiction? You know, if that human acceptance does so much for you and me, think of what it is when God himself puts his arms around you and says, welcome home. Think of what it is when God himself puts his arms around you and says, welcome home.
They're right,